Hi guys, we're going to talk about baby prep. That is preparing dog for life with baby. We are partnered with Wag Workshops today, and I am Nicole Barnett of We Work for Treats. We Work for Treats is a virtual studio, and we offer online courses and live classes, and also one-on-one virtual consultation. I am currently on my mat leave though, so come and just say hello and just let me know if there's anything you're interested in for when I return. I actually founded Sparky's Comrade, which was a dog walking company in 2011, and that's where I started my dog training journey. And then I completed my certification in training with the Academy for Dog Trainers. I have completed some certifications along the way as well with living and learning with animals with Dr. Susan Friedman. I finished my certified separation anxiety trainer with Milena DiMartini, as well as I finished my family paws parent educator as well. In this photo here you see is Peanut. That is my dog. She is a scruffy little gremlin mixed with a fox, and she is my heart and soul, my best friend. I tell her every day. And she was a rescue, and she's almost going to be 10. And let me just say that my journey with her, with baby, is going to be an interesting one because she does have some, strengths and weaknesses that I will be having to navigate along with her. On our agenda today, we're going to be talking about pre-baby prep, things you can be doing before baby arrives. We're going to be talking about labor and delivery, what to do when baby is coming. And we're going to be talking about homecoming, what to do with dog and baby with the first greeting. And then now what? What are we going to be doing once baby has arrived and is in our home? Pre-baby prep. These are actually photos taken 2 days before I went into labor, and they were the things that I got together for preparing for baby. I got Kongs and lick mats prepared, many of them to go into the freezer. I even got a bunch of supplies and toys and puzzles and shoes, as much as I could possibly get. I think I ended up getting a lot of supplies and shoes that ended up lasting me about a month and a half. And the Kongs and lick mats lasted me about 2 weeks. And then I also did a bunch of bait prep, so treat prep. I cut up hot dogs and cheese and all these other kind of things and made little baggies that I put in the freezer. Again, those lasted me about 2 weeks. And then I also did a bunch of meal prep, and the meal prep, because my pets eat raw, I had both of them prepared for at least a week, and that was tight to get it all in my freezer and to prepare it all. I wish I could have had a whole month's worth of meals prepared. I also took both my pets to the vet about a month prior to baby's arrival, and I also got any required medication that they need all prepared and everything beforehand as well. Another thing I did, and I wish I did more of, was getting my dog comfortable with other people tending to her needs. She's not one to really go on a walk without me, so that was a huge struggle. So I definitely did my best to try to get her out with my mother-in-law and with my partner as much as possible. And she has a pretty good relationship with my family members as well, but they weren't going to be as available as I needed them to in the homecoming of baby. So I was trying to get my partner and my mother-in-law involved in the care for Peanut as best as I could beforehand. We actually struggled a lot with this when baby did come. Where she wouldn't even go down the stairs to go get her breakfast with my partner. She was like, no, why aren't you coming? And then other things like going out for a walk without me was really, really big struggle for her. Also just coaching my support group on how to put her harness on and off. That was a really big thing. Training prior to baby coming. I did a little bit of training, but I also have a lot of training I've already done with Peanut, so I was able to rely on that as a bit of a crunch. a crutch. But there are many things that we can be doing before baby even arrives to make our time with baby and dog a lot easier. You'll see in this one video I have going, it's actually me doing a downstay plan on a mat in the nursery with a pretend baby. I was about 38 weeks pregnant doing this. I would suggest definitely having someone else do this plan for you. If the one watching right now is the one, pregnant, having somebody not pregnant doing this plan would be really good. But this is a really great way to get just dog used to you getting up out of the nursing chair and then going over to the crib and going over to the change table and all these kind of things, and just really starting to get them used to that type of commotion and that kind of movement and stuff like that. There's a lot of things you could be doing pre-baby. So with that said, what a trainer could be helping you with is mat training. So getting your dog to target a mat or a bed or something like that where they can go and do a downstay on. That's something my dog does quite well. And I've always had mats around the house where I would have her go and stay on, especially because she's a small dog. She always gets underneath our feet. And then also getting our dog used to confinement. That's a really important one, behind an X pen or a baby gate or in a crate. These are considerations, is how well is your dog doing in confinement spaces, because that's something you might actually have to utilize because your dog is struggling with, coexisting with baby, or you need to have separation between them, right? You might need to have your dog in a safe room for a little bit. How does your dog do with these things, especially, when you do go into your 4th trimester and you're navigating all these things, my dog can be crated, right? Or my dog can target a mat, whatever that is. And then also think about co-sleeping. What are you going to be doing when baby arrives? Are you going to have a bassinet? Are you going to be having them sleeping in the bed? Where does your dog sleep at night? Are they in the bed with you? That might not be an arrangement that's going to be safe for both baby and dog. All right, so think about these things of how your life is going to be like and what are reliable things that your dog can do or what you can train before baby arrives. All right, the big day has arrived. This is actually a photo of me about an hour before going to the hospital. Just about ready to pop. But early labor and home births. Okay, how long will you be laboring at home for? Is this your first baby and you're going to be laboring at home for days? Or is this your, second baby or third or whatever, and laboring at home won't be taking long? But, the next part of that is home births, right? My sister on her second, she didn't have time to get to the hospital. She labored at home. She delivered at home. Okay, so think about these things and where is dog going to be during that. Okay. Also during what's going to happen in a medical emergency. Do you have somebody on standby that you can just call them and be like, hey, go get my dog? I know when I was dog walking and I had any of my clients that were expecting, I told them I'm on call. You need me at 5 a.m., call me. I'm ready for you and I'm ready to go and walk your dog if you need me to. Or set up a pickup with someone, like you have a family member coming or a friend coming to pick the dog up. I can come and do that exchange, or I can cover you for 24 hours until that person comes. Whatever it is, I want you to think about what happens if a medical emergency comes up before you're ready. Okay. And then also a long hospital stay. Do you have somewhere for your dog to be in case you are in the hospital for a long time? And then I don't know who I'm talking to here. How long is the drive from your house to the hospital? You can't rely on your partner, taking a break, and driving back, hanging out with the dog for a bit and then heading back to the hospital. So really, really think about these things. Where is dog going to be for labor and delivery? Homecoming. Oh man, there are many videos out there of, dog meeting baby for the first time. And I think we get a really hopped up on this, they must be best friends from the very get-go, because not only is your dog your most important, being in your home. Like I told you, I tell Peanut she's my best friend every day in front of my partner. But also you are bringing home this thing that you have created for 9 months, okay? You put all, and for some even longer than that, right? Right? Everyone is just wants them to come together and be, as best of friends as you are with your beings, right? But this relationship's going to take time. So try not to get too hopped up on that first greeting, and if it doesn't go well, okay? Be really mindful too, okay, of your dog, meeting something, new and doing something different. The smells and all of that kind of stuff can be just so overwhelming, and also just us being like hyper focused, being like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this, right? Our dog's going to be like, what are you doing? Why are you acting like this? So just be normal. I made the mistake of having baby on me when my dog came in the house because she was staying at my parents' because I had a long hospital stay. And she comes jumping up on me and I'm like, oh, I got the baby. And I should have had the baby down somewhere because I knew she'd be jumping all over me, excited to see me. So we all make these mistakes, right? And we learn from them, but really consider, what is that homecoming going to look like? Is your dog coming into the house? Are they already there? Where's baby in that situation? Making sure that they're safe as well. And try not to get too hyper focused on them meeting. They have all of their life to get to know each other. All right, now the baby's in your house. This was a really hard thing for me, just this constant hyper awareness of the child there. But then also just having my dog around me all the time, being like, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing that? This is so weird. And it was very overwhelming. I want to remind you that it takes a village. Just as much as it takes a village to look after your baby, it takes a village to look after your dog as well. So be mindful of that. Have your partner help you out. Have your family help you out. Have your dog walker, on standby, or keep them on, schedule with you. And then other options, doggy daycare, and is there, a doggy supply store that offers to prep Kongs for you? There are so many, services out there that could really benefit you in those early days of postpartum. Remember your support group, okay? And remember they're there to help you out. And don't feel bad about asking for help, okay? You got to recruit people. There are going to be times that you're unable to get out of bed. Physically, emotionally, right? There's going to be a lot of factors. And it's important that you have that support group around you, and also delegate a task to somebody, right? Hey, do you mind just building a treat box for my dog? Do you mind just taking them around the block? Could you take their dinner and just scatter it around the backyard, please? Really ask, for help, and don't feel hesitant to recruit people to help you. Don't expect to do it all. Safety and management. This is the top of the to-do list, okay, after a baby has come into the house. I want you guys to really just focus on this. Where is baby and dog, when you guys are navigating, late night diaper changes and making your breakfast, right? All these things that will maybe take your attention away from baby and dog, and making sure that they are safe, okay? So utilizing, baby carriers and baby chairs and all that kind of stuff, and utilizing playpens and X-pens and crates to separate dog and baby, okay? And if they are interacting, making sure you are between baby and dog, and facilitating that as well, okay? There's never going to be a time where, dog's going to have exclusive access to baby or vice versa. Okay, unless it is fully supervised and it is safe and your dog is consenting to it. And enrichment. Don't get too discouraged by this, okay? I love being a really lazy dog owner, okay? It is okay to take a handful of your dog's food or treats and just throw them across the room. That is enrichment, okay? and take them for walks and, think about that and what that's going to look like for you guys, right? In those early postpartum days, I had a C-section. There was no walking. My partner or my family members did all the walking for my dog, or there was days that she didn't go for a walk, and that's okay. I want you guys to really consider that of what's realistic for you able to do in those early postpartum days. So try not to, overanalyze it or anything like that. Choose Kongs, right? You have all those prepped and bought beforehand. Taking a handful of food and just throwing it across the room or making a little treasure box or whatever you think you can do in that moment, great. Okay, you can literally just take a piece of food and just start hiding it around the house. And your dog just has to go on a big, treasure hunt for, the hour of nursing, diaper change, and trying to get baby down for a nap, okay? Which inevitably will end up, you wearing the baby around. So try to be creative, but at the same time, you're doing your best, and remember, it's just temporary. So with that said, give yourself some grace. Okay, you brought a human life form into this world, and if you are a partner watching this, right, you also have done a lot to get to this point with baby and dog coming into this world, right? So I want you to also, consider your time and energy as well, okay? And know that you are also allowed to just take a handful of food and throw it across the room, okay? So I just want to leave off with that, and hopefully you guys learned as much as you can from this. You guys can find me at weworkfortreats.com. And if you want to just send out a little, note of thank you for this, that would be great. Sign up for our newsletter. I'm also considering, now that I'm getting to a certain point with my postpartum, possibly opening it up where we just do little mommy and me tricks class where, maybe we're baby wearing or baby's down for a nap or baby's in their carrier, and we just do like 10 minutes of trick training with our dog for fun and interact with some other moms. So let me know what you guys think, and I would love to hear from you. All right, take care. Thanks, guys.